think it's live, but it's hard to tell. I'm doing something a little different here. I'm going to go to my channel here and see if that worked.
Yep, it worked. I'll push it.
Yeah, is it working? Oh, there's some people in the chat. There we go. I want to see it if I can blow it up a little bigger because I can't seem to see this. 3 people in the chat. Chris Barrett, Mr. Miracle. Hello there. Okay, what does that do?
Oh, I can see the chat.
Yes, that was the goal.
Super small.
I know. I want to be able to see it a little bigger, but I seem to not have that option. So I guess I gotta watch it here, which is kind of frustrating. Oh, there it is. There's the chat. That's what I needed. Okay. Sam's Tim Gold Web is in here. All right. Thank you. Chris Bear says he just finished reading Marvels. Nope, it looks a little bit tighter on the screen there, like I can't see Charlie at all. But that's because of the way she's facing away. Maybe if she sits up, there it is. Faces the correct way. Okay. That's kind of working well. Okay. Perry Comics is in the chat. Hello. Can you guys hear me okay? It looks like nobody's saying they can't hear us, so that's good. Old Wolf. Felix Maldonado. Hello, hello. Yeah, so visually inside of this OBS, I can't quite see us. It's really tiny. I've got to figure out a way to pop that out maybe so that I can see the preview better. But other than that, I kind of dig it. Just trying to find something that works well for Saturdays. We'll see. We shall see.
A little better.
So
Not really though.
I got a little YouTube counter in the corner there. I got the chat popping up there, although I should probably edit that widget at some point so that I can see more than the last 15 seconds. Let's see if I can do that. Tinkery, tinkery, tinkery.
Test widgets, it says.
I'm not going to worry about it. I guess I could go into the editor, right? And that's where that happens. The chat box. And let's see here. Something like that. There it is. It's a little better. Jeffrey's in the chat.
Yeah. 197.
The boy who had 7's in the chat. Jiminy Christmas. Look, everybody's hanging out. Thank you for coming by. It does show a little wrench there next to Jeffrey and next to Sam, so that's good. You can see the moderators a little bit. So this is all new.
Mr. Miracle said close the side chat.
We can see the chat already at the bottom. Yeah, but I can't see the chat. It's helpful to me. You don't like the side chat. Mr. Miracle's like, I don't like having the chat scrolling by like that. Yeah. Just something different. Trying something different. You could always move that box over a little bit and then expand us a little bit. It just makes it so that it's hard to see. I don't know.
Good morning.
Something different. Yes, good morning, everybody. This is just something new, trying some things out, technology and all that. When it's a little more challenging or on an iPad, but, you know, depends on how you're watching it, how you're enjoying the show. I thought that I could just go straight through YouTube. It's not as simple as that. So this is a bit of a learning experience. Kate's miraculous pajamas are very cool, right?
Thank you. I got them from my aunt. I don't know how to.
There you go.
Like that?
Yes.
Yeah, and then I have him on my pants too. They're really neat.
And they said that card game that you girls have that we've been playing with,
Yeah.
right? Thank you to Delphia and Kachung for that. Let's see. I'm sure it was mainly DK, though. Perry's talking Roadhouse still. Bueller's not in here, Perry. You don't have to say it. Aggressively relaxing. Thank you for coming by. So I'm going to go first. Welcome to Saturday Morning Comics. Slightly different, new format. because Delphia's in there, I'm assuming Kachung is in there somewhere. I didn't necessarily see him. This was a book, as far as I recall, they gave to me. Daredevil Chronicles. It's sort of this cool checklist interview thing. So they go through like certain key issues, extended interview with Klaus Johnson and Frank Miller, discussing kind of their relationship on Daredevil and what their goals were for the character. And you get like little panels that they did thrown into the interview. And where was it? They even highlight some of the key moments. There's some cool splash pages. Here's a cool splash page right across the middle. Super cool. And let's see. I thought they highlighted. Yeah, so there's like the death of the first appearance of Elektra. They highlighted that issue here. And then at the back, they even go through and do like a issue by issue Daredevil checklist, starting with issue number 1. I mean, it's really in depth, like all the issues and why a certain issue is important and what the name of that issue is and who worked on it. Really a cool way to look at it, and just really awesome. And then at the back, so the funniest part about it, Slab Dragon's in the chat. For me, the funniest part about it was this last page, and anybody who's like a Golden Age fan will probably dig it. You have the original Daredevil, and then you have the more popular modern Daredevil, right? Frank Miller's Daredevil, if you will, Stan Lee's Daredevil, and then the original Daredevil. And they're having a funny banter. It's like, so you're Daredevil, huh? He's like, the original, buddy. He's like, hey, listen, Pops, you may have been the first Daredevil, but I'm the best, the world's first, and the world's only blind superhero. And then the other guy says, sorry, yeah, it's not your eyes. They're messed up. It's your memory. DC's Dr. Midnight beat you. He was the first blind superhero by about 2 decades ago. There's lots of a fun like back and forth between people trying to educate people on the history of the name Daredevil and, blind superheroes. So it's actually kind of funny the way they go through and talk about all that stuff. NC Slapjacks, lots of people in the chat.
I think the color was wrong for the bottom one because your shirt's blue.
Yeah, I was planning on having it be in the black, but when I blew it up, now it's not in the black anymore.
Can you change it to a pink or something?
I could probably try. It's the...
Or a purple? Charlie's jacket thing's purple, so...
Let's try. You want a purple? How about a yellow?
Okay. It's not too crazy. I like it.
Better? Look at that. Kate's like, make some adjustments, Dad. The top one, does it need to be changed?
It needs to move down a little.
Down?
Yeah.
Interesting. So that it's on top of us more? That seems weird.
I don't know. I liked it.
I don't know about down. It's easy to move these things around. Kind of fun. John, you should know something about contrast being a film of student. Yeah, a student of film. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Lots of people in the chat here. Shelly Cakes, hello. Mastodon, thank you for coming by, sir.
I haven't seen KK.
Rod, just a weekend is on. He's got his Coast to Coast coming up later today. Check him out. Thank you for coming by, TJ. Much appreciated. Sorry, I missed... I'm going to have trouble with that name. Jirali Sama? Something like that. Thank you. Did I miss anybody? Sorry if I didn't shout you out, if I missed you. Kachung is here. They're watering their garden. That's kind of nice. I usually, when I'm doing yard work, I've usually got somebody plugged in I'm listening to, whether it's live or a replay or something. I'm usually listening to something. Rod Ghost, Coast to Coast. Yeah, so anyways, I thought this was really cool. A very different kind of fun read. So thank you, Delphi and Kachung. I enjoyed that. I have a feel. Oh, Rod is talking about, where is it? It's over. Is that, no, yeah, it's this side. That is the first appearance of the Reverse Flash. It's fairly beat up, but it's got Joe Giela's signature right there in the middle. Epic guy, artist, amazing, extraordinary. John, it's in my original YouTube name. Oh, it's Mindshift. Hello, Mindshift. Nice to see you, sir. Thank you for coming by. He is an awesome Instagram buddy, and he and I are always trading jokes back and forth. Much appreciated. Plus, he's a video game guy, too, so he got me hooked on some That's that Marvel video game on my for my
Oh, the Marvel.
where they're like
Thingy.
battle. Yeah, the battle.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but he is a brother. Thank you so much for coming by. Green tape is frog tape. Okay, good to know.
What?
Kate, you said you were next. What was the comic you wanted to share?
What if the Fantastic Four had not gained their superpowers?
Ooh, another what if classic.
Yes. And in this one, it's basically the same story as the original, except they don't have powers.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some different scenes, like when Reed and Johnny fall through this thingy at the bottom. Reed probably would have just stretched instead, and Johnny would have flamed on, but they don't have their powers. So Reed dislocated his shoulder
Ouch.
instead. And
So this is a reprint. For those who know, this is what are they called again? The True Believers reprint of a what if comic book from a long while back, reimagining the first appearance of the Fantastic Four.
I'm just confused. Where did this rope come from that he's swinging on the front? It's like in our favorite show, there are so many like.
I agree.
weird-
Mastodon says that Joe Giella really knew how to sign a comic, and I totally agree. I can show you. There's his signature looks really nice on there, right there in the sort of negative space in between the two Flash characters running along, reverse and regular. He does know how to sign a book. So how did you like that True Believer reprint of
I did.
What If? Do you like What If comics? They're pretty good. How many? Can you think of any other What Ifs that you've read?
What if Jane Foster had become Thor?
Is it a True Believer like this one with the little like True Believer, right? Because I don't think we have that one, which is a huge book right now. Did you like that one? She becomes Thordis.
Yeah, Thordis.
Thordis. Yeah. That one's a hot book right now. And did you read What If Spider-Man Joined the Fantastic Four?
I think
They
so.
become the Fantastic Five. That's one that I've always liked. There's also I have What If Wolverine had killed the Hulk, and then there's What If the Hulk had killed Wolverine.
So it's
Back and forth. And then I always liked one that was What If Wolverine had become Lord of the Vampires. Yeah, that's a weird one. And then Punisher becomes like the vampire hunter. He's hunting everybody down. Aggressively Relaxing says, I love how Reed Richard put on glasses and a hat in the first issue to hide his identity. The Marvel characters put on glasses and a ball cap and it was the trope. Yeah, I agree. There was a lot of that. Like, I just hide a pair of glasses and a hat and it's all you need. But then, hey,
all.
what are you going to share, bub? This is World's Finest, issue number 257. Look at that art. I love the gray and black Batman costume. For me, it's my jam. It is all badass. Wah wah, swinging it on a rope. So what do you think about this one, Charlie? What do you think about it?
I like it a lot. I like how there is this lady that comes into town and just turns people to stone if she wants.
Uh-huh.
Like she has in the beginning. That's not exactly how it starts, but whatever. So with this old lady and she's mad that she's always been, that superheroes are always saving everyone. And she wants to have them like not save anyone anymore, and she wants to kill them. But then in the zoo, where the Gotham thing is closed, it says, and these two men are going in, and this guy says, "Come, my pet, I give you morning vitamin injection, make you big and strong." And it's this little kind of like lizard.
It's like a little monster thing,
winged-
yeah.
Yeah. And then Batman comes to fight them because he thinks it's a bad.
Mm-hmm. So Jack Pop,
And BJ.
and my brother BJ. They're all watching. They're on a European vacation. They're in England, so they're saying pip pip cheerio.
Cheerio.
I'm
That's
having
Penny. Penny always says
I'm having
that.
a little cup of tea this
Cheerio.
morning to celebrate them for you guys, but I would have that anyways. But like, hello, it's like evening, late afternoon, dinner time. I think them for right now. So hopefully you've had a busy, fun day. Nice that my family across the pond is having a good time. Ooh, Sam's Tangled Web says that's his favorite What If comic, by the way.
Really?
I guess.
Cool.
Maybe that one or one of the ones I just mentioned when I was shouting stuff out. Hard to know. Whodat Comics and Movies in the chat. And Kachung said What If was the very first comic he ever put on a pull list that a comic shop would hold for him. So that's a good choice. Volume 2, I think he said. That's cool. Chris Barrett says, what if Green Goblin didn't kill Gwen Stacy?
Gwen Stacy. Whoa.
Chris Barrett dropping the European vacation jokes. Well played. He also says Gray and Blue Batman is reminiscent of the old Super Friends and Scooby-Doo movie team-ups. I agree. I totally agree. Anything else you want to say about that one?
Yeah, when he's fighting him.
When Batman is fighting the bad guy?
Yes. He drops his pet, and the pet goes flying, and it goes to the old lady.
Oh, and that's why she's got it?
Yeah, and then it says, "All right, Marty, get along now." And it's the cop. And she says, "You always bother me, you big butterball. That's what you are. You should bounce away, you old ball." Huh? And he actually starts bouncing.
Oh, so,
But
so
yeah.
she has a way to
Yeah.
control people now that she's got the little monster.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And Superman has to stop him, and then she says, "Swell looking woman," because she's looking at a beautiful lady, and she says, "Real chick, wish I looked like that." And then she looks
And then
like
she
it.
switches into it. That's funny. Ooh, Pop-Up says they're going to go and see the play or the musical Matilda tonight.
I know.
That's kind of cool.
Enjoy, because it's really good.
See, what if the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles never became kid-friendly? I want to see that what if.
No.
Who dat? I love the originals, and I have they're really big. The like wider trades, the original trades, that were like really big. They were like magazine size. I have those first 4 trades. They are quite violent. Definitely not super kid-friendly.
I've read them.
And yeah, you liked them, right? They were pretty cool. And those are my all-time favorite Ninja Turtle stories. Personally, those 4 trade volumes that I have are my absolute favorite stories. Did you have more you wanted to share from this one?
Yes.
Okay.
So now she's going around the city, and she turns into the lady, and then she says, "I'm tired of looking like this." And she's walking near construction, and this man says, "Hey, what you got in that big bag, old lady?" And she says, "None of your business." He says, "Your ugly pills." And she says, "You got a brave mouse, Sonny. But what should happen if your building should fall on you, on your stupid heads?"
Oh, geez.
And then
Sounds
it
like this
actually
lady
starts-
needs to learn how to control her words.
It falls on them, and the guy sitting next to him says, "Run!" He's like, "I can't. It's like I'm stuck." And Superman has to come save them.
Yikes. Sounds exciting. All right. Is it my turn again?
No, because at one point she turned Superman into a statue.
She does. That was the picture at the beginning. Like it was a little like flash forward, right?
And it's not good. And then Batman sees this. It's George Washington, and it's a statue. He says, "I've got to find a costume shop fast." So he dresses up as George Washington, the statue,
Oh,
and
geez,
starts
that was
talking
fast.
to her. And so she turns everyone back.
Oh, so Batman's smart enough to trick her into fixing things. That's cool. Batman's always pretty clever. Pocan Joe, I agree. World's Finest is definitely underrated good storytelling. I think part of the reason I would be interested in the DC app is just to be able to have access to those really older comics. I don't know if anybody knows in the chat who has the DC app. Do they have a lot of the old world's finest and those kind of things? I worry that it's all going to be just the newest stuff. I don't necessarily need to read or want to read all that much, but I'm
Wait.
just curious about it.
Weren't they taking away DC Unlimited?
They're still trying to figure out how that's going to work. There's still a ways off, but I only want it for the comics. I don't necessarily want to watch Swamp Thing and those kind of stuff. But I'm not going to say no to it. I'm just saying I prefer the other stuff. Hello, Mr. Reggie Simmons in the chat. Thank you, sir. He has been dropping some great videos. If you haven't swung by Reggie's channel recently, he did some really cool stuff on Powers of X and House of X, Powers of 10, House of X, and then like Mutants. And I mean, there's just been some really, really great. Some of them live streams, some of them edited videos, but really cool stuff. I've been really enjoying Reggie. So at Caleb the Comic Smurf, I hung out with him last night on Perry's late night show. It was a lot of fun. You can catch that on Perry's channel. Who's up to bat? It's me. Sorry, I'm going too slow. I had never read this, and I got it in an AOK, I believe. So I busted out, because everybody's talking about how 2099, that whole series of comics is coming back. Here is a shiny goodness, Fantastic Four 2099. It's got that wraparound shiny foil cover going around all the way around the back. Just a wild, funny cover. And I had never read it before, so I busted it out this morning. Sorry, John, I was talking about the echo. Is there an echo?
Uh-oh.
Come
What?
on. There's another echo.
What's the problem?
Poopy-doo.
There's not supposed to be an echo.
Is there an echo? I don't know what Chris is talking about. Borican Comics in the chat. Hello, brother.
Echo.
So I had never read this before. I didn't realize that this story is the actual Fantastic Four transported to the 2099 universe, as opposed to most of the other 2099 characters, Spider-Man, Punisher. They are different characters. It's not Frank Castle. It's not Peter Parker. But this is legit the Fantastic Four just transported to that time. That's kind of cool. Okay, so there was a little echo. It's probably because I got really close to the mic and I need to be back a little bit like I am now.
Is it gone now?
I've never read the X-Men 2099. Is there an X? Yeah, there's an X-Men 2099. I don't think I've read that one.
Sam said there's no echo now, so that's good.
Yeah. Caleb is saying the X-Men Prime wraparound cover is a cool, shiny wraparound cover. Yeah, it's just classic 90s goodness, basically. But it was a fun read. It was not a bad one. Yes, Doom 2099 exists. I have that. I do have Doom 2099. It's a solid book. It's not my Doom, but it's decent enough. So this was a fun, funny read, and I was going to let the girls check out Fantastic Four 2099 if they're interested. Future Fantastic Four. Love a good bit of alliteration.
Lady Fantastic.
Lady Fantastic? Oh, she's saying Smurf, X-Men Alpha and Omega and Gen X are all night. Yeah, that Gen X cover, definitely some shiny goodness there. I have first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. There's a lot of those out there. All right, so it's Kate's turn, her second book.
My second book's called Goldie Vance. I don't know who gave this to me, but I really like it. Okay, I keep tilting it one way and then it goes wrong. Okay. So it's about this girl right here. Wait up. This girl right here.
Yes.
She really wants to be an astronaut and she works very hard for it. And then one day they find an astronaut washed up on the beach. They take her to the hospital, and then NASA comes, and so her friend had Goldie Vance is her friend, the friend of the astronaut girl, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The girl who wants to be an astronaut.
Okay.
And the girl who wants to be an astronaut tells her all these things, and then she's like, it's identical to the Mercury 5 suit except for one thing, the NASA logo. It's not there. And then she says, and then NASA comes, and Goldie says exactly what she said. So it sounds like she said it. And then she's like, you might want to work for NASA one day. And then her friend gets really, really mad.
So it's just about her journey to try to become an astronaut?
Well, this girl doesn't really want to be an astronaut, Goldie.
I'm
but the other girl, yes.
Yes. Right.
Yes, she wants to.
So you enjoyed it? It's a good one?
Yeah, it's kind of confusing in some parts because it's number 5 in a series.
Oh, you gotta read issues 1 through 4. And we
Yeah.
don't have those? All right, so we gotta put that on your hunt list. You should keep a little hunt list. Goldie Vance 1 through 4. It'll go with the, what is it?
Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Yeah, you had some Scarlet Witch and Vision books you're looking for.
Cyclops.
Some Cyclops issues. Yeah, look at you. See? You've got it. It's all up in here. Pop-Pop says he saw Spider-Man in the park yesterday.
What?
Somebody was dressed up as Spider-Man at the park. What?
I don't believe that. Seriously?
Kate doesn't believe it, even though we did see Spider-Man Far From Home where he was in London.
He was just sitting there.
Somebody, I guess. I don't know. Bueller, good morning, sir. Now he's going back to bed. That's his Saturday morning comment. Every Saturday morning, Bueller drops in, says, hi, I'm going to bed. And Bueller dropped a great video yesterday as well. What are your comics worth? Really, really cool, fun information. I really enjoyed that. So thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Bueller.
He has an actual list because I have so many books. Yeah, and that's why I started that show, The List, on the Comic Core channel. I thought it was a good way to look at how we make lists, why, what the purpose is, and then what tools you use. I think you gotta have a list. It's very important. Brian McDonald, he's still on fire from last night. All right, Charlie, you're up, Bubba. You gotta come back.
I wanted to say something.
What? What did you?
Charlie can still read if she wants.
What did you want to say?
Okay, so, someone said something earlier that reminded me of something. Charlie and I have been watching Miraculous a lot lately, okay?
Okay.
And so one of the things we've been noticing is that whenever they transform into Ladybug or Cat Noir,
It's right in public.
it's right in public. Like, one time, Ladybug transforms behind a bench
in the park.
in the biggest park in Paris. One time,
Curious.
she transforms behind the Louvre.
Or behind an elevator.
Or on
in
top of
an elevator.
Oh my goodness.
And then we get so mad as we're like yelling at the screen. That's how mad we get at it. And then that's like the annoying part. And another annoying thing for Miraculous is that it's really repetitive because they transform the same way every time, which is normal. But I mean, and then another thing is that whenever they capture the Akuma, which is the evil butterfly that transforms the bad people into bad people. So, and then
So yes, I
capture
do
it every
agree. I do
time.
agree. Repetitiveness is part of the reason why I'm not a big fan of the Miraculous show. It is very repetitive, and
it's
yeah,
a good
superheroes
show.
shouldn't change costumes in public. Superman in the telephone booth, right? That's like the classic example.
In the newest episode, they're in a wax museum and they're all stuck. And
Okay.
Adrian, who is Cat Noir, and Marinette, who is Ladybug, know each other from school. They're in the same room and they're like, a bad guy's coming, now what? We're together and what should we do? And they don't know who each other are. So she's like, I'm going to go get some help. And then she runs in the elevator, transforms into Ladybug, and then comes back. And there's like this big blinding light. And it's like, how do you not notice that, Adrian? And then the other part is she rescues Adrian. He goes in the elevator. He transforms into Cat Noir, and then so they both transformed within minutes of each other. It's really funny.
That's funny.
And
Let's let Charlie get her second book in. Do that. I know she's very interested in Miraculous these days. It's like everything for her whole world is miraculous.
She even drew this amazing picture.
Those are her.
I don't know if you can see it very well.
You can see it. I can look on this screen now. Probably see it. Give me a second.
I drew
Very
that
miraculous
yesterday.
focus. Charlie is a channel director.
Wait,
You're
what?
in charge, Charlie? From now on. Okay.
From now on.
See, Kate, you can see it.
All right. This is Charlie's next book. Can I hold it up?
It is DC Superhero Girls.
I was just going to get it closer to the camera. That's all. DC Superhero Girls.
which is a fun kids series. If you've got girls at home that want to look at superheroes, they do a lot of these little graphic novels.
Yeah.
This one is called Final Crisis.
Finals Crisis. Yep.
Oh, Finals. Sorry, they're at school. I forgot. Finals Crisis. Pop said earlier that he didn't think it was the real Spider-Man, just so you know.
Dang it.
Mostly
Otherwise, I'd
because
move
it's
to
a
London.
cartoon comic character. He doesn't really exist.
Otherwise, I'd move to London.
Sadly. Single tear on face.
I would move to London if it was.
You'd move to London just to be there if Peter Parker was saving people all day, every day.
That
There.
would be so cool to watch.
It would be cool. I will say it's probably true.
I know, but then like every day you kind of get like tired about it because like I've seen this already.
She does have the sleepy Saturday morning eyes, but mostly she just likes to read during this show. So if you've noticed, the trend is Charlie likes to be off to the side kind of reading. Come on, John, get it right. Yeah.
This
I know.
morning, I didn't want to get out of bed. Dad was like, "It's time to share, guys," and then I was like, "No."
I made him breakfast. It was sitting in there waiting for him. Sorry, I know we always get into breakfast foods on this show. Sorry about that. What do you think about Superhero Girls Finals Crisis, Charlie?
I really like it. I think it's a really good book. What?
Anything else? Who's the
Yeah.
bad guy in the
The
story?
bad guy is Lex Luthor.
Always Lex Luthor.
But no
Gosh,
one,
that guy.
no one has. This is the first time he actually shows him. Like no one knows who he is, and then he actually.
Is it like a young Lex Luthor, like Kid Luthor?
No, he looks like that.
Okay.
Okay, she's kind of.
So he's still bald and everything.
Mm-hmm.
There he
But,
is. Where am I going now?
What happens is he has a whole list of everyone. So it says, I need to hold this thing. It has Batgirl, Supergirl, Poison Ivy, Katana, Wonder Woman, and Bumblebee.
And Harley.
Nope, it doesn't have Harley.
Harley's not in this one?
No, because he thinks she's too silly that she probably never saves anyone.
Gotcha.
So he doesn't go get her. But he gets everyone in a different way. Like Supergirl's just flying, he shoots an arrow and a dart, and she falls to the ground, and he captures her. Batgirl, she goes into her secret Batcave, and the lights aren't turning on, so he gets her by knocking her out. Then he gets Poison Ivy by when she's going into the store, he locks her in, so they have a big fight. But every time he gets one, he wraps them up, and he gets every single person. And then Harley has to like find where they are.
Gotcha.
And she follows. First, she finds Bumblebee left a clue because when she got attacked, she dropped her honey latte that she got.
Uh-huh.
So Harley found that, tasted it. She said, "Bumblebee." Then she went to a store and there were plants all over the building, and she said, "Ivy." Then she found Katana's sword, Tana, and she found Wonder Woman's lasso.
Gotcha.
And then she didn't have anything of Supergirl or Batgirl. But
Mjolnir says these are the best comic reviews on my channel. Fact.
and then Harley says, "Sorry to drop in," and she falls into where they are captured.
Yep.
And then Lex Luthor is like on live or something, and he says, like he's getting recorded
Oh, he's making like a video of
for
some kind?
everyone. Yeah, he says, "Now to share my triumph with my fans. Hello, Lexites.
Lexites.
Lexites, time for your daily Lex date. Shout out to my little sister who was my inspiration for my first big mission. Which
Oh, so he's trying. We're not gonna read it all. He's trying to like destroy the girls, right?
he's telling them how he's the best person because he captured them all. And then finally he's like, "Huh?" And they're all behind him.
Get it. I get it. This is not OBS or Stream. I'm sorry, this is not StreamYard Tacoma. This is an OBS system. Saturday Morning Comics, I don't need to invite anybody, so I thought I would try out some OBSs. This is Streamlabs, which is totally free, and you download it, and then you just need to like set up your what they call widgets. So I have one for the chat. Sorry, it's over here on that side. One for the chat. Where is it? There. That thing. I have one down below there for the number of viewers from YouTube. I have a little title here and a little title up there. And that's pretty much it. And then it's just running through Streamlabs. The drawback is you can't set it up in advance and have tailgaters and put an icon. You have to kind of just do it right when you're going live. So it's harder to let people know the system, but I like it. Yeah, you can edit while you're doing it too. So I've made adjustments during the show, and I'll continue to like try different methods for this. But because it's just me and the girls, we're not inviting anybody in. I don't have to worry about Skype or any of that stuff. And since this is totally free, I thought it'd be a fun way to kind of push my knowledge of how these systems can work. But it seems to be working well. I kind of dig it. Kate, gone too soon. She's got her comic and she's faded off, right? That's how it works. You should have them make a top 10. No, everybody's doing hot 10, top 10. Everybody's got their videos, right, Old Wolf? And yes, Old Wolf, it was breakfast sandwiches this morning with bacon. That's what they got this morning. That was their food.
Egg McDaddies.
If you want something for inviting people to join you on a live stream, Tacoma, that's where I think people are pretty much sold on StreamYard. And I've used that a few times. There's a free version, but it's possible that it'll become a little less bells and whistles cool at some point because they're going to pull some of the best parts and make them a pay version. But StreamYard is really cool.
Sorry, but I pulled my bacon out.
And just ate it?
Yeah.
Well, you do what you got to do, girl. You live your truth.
And then I ate the bacon and it was yummy.
All right, my last book, I've been rereading the trade for Hawkeye. My Life as a Weapon. It's 5 issues. Hawkeye is, that's the books that are kind of right behind my head here. I had bought the individual issues to go with this trade, and I wanted to catch up on it, and then I can continue on because there's like 2 more trades or 3 more trades after that. So I'm going to read this whole run. Matt Fraction is awesome.
I have some of those books.
I really enjoy it.
I have one of those books.
A Hawkeye?
Yeah. It's with a girl Hawkeye, too.
Kate Bishop is her name. Her name is Kate.
But she's really cool. She's really good.
Yeah, Lady Fantastic there, the Matt Fraction storylines. And my LCS was selling the first 12 issues in a bundle for $1.50 a comic. So I bought those 12 individual issues, and now I want to reread it so that I can kind of like catch up beyond the first trade that I had read. Sam's got the hardback volume 1. It's a great. I mean, Matt Fraction is a very talented writer. It's a very good story. Can't wait to see Kate Bishop. Yeah, she's gonna be awesome on the movies if they get around to that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the TV series. I think it could be a really good TV series. It won't be like the comics because obviously the Marvel cinematic version of Hawkeye and the comics version of Hawkeye have always been kind of different. That whole family versus like bachelor kind of element. The bachelor part of Hawkeye's personality in the comics is a big piece. And if he's going to be married with children, I think it's going to change the tone a little bit. So I'm curious to see how they kind of blend those things together.
What do you mean married with children? Why'd you say that?
In the movie, he's married with children.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right, so Kate's on her last book now.
Yeah, I really enjoy this book. I've read it a bunch of times. It's Wolverine First Class with Dazzler.
Love some Dazzler. Where's Charlie going?
Marvel
She's leaving?
I still have one more book. Marvel number 16, it says.
It's Wolverine First Class, issue 16.
Issue 16.
Yeah. With Dazzler on the front, which is a throwback to some older Dazzler covers.
And Kitty Pryde's in it, and Siren's daughter, or Banshee's daughter, Siren's in it.
Okay.
And Professor X is in it, and Wolverine obviously is in it.
Uh-huh.
And it's a very interesting story, because it starts out where somebody vandalized her room and wrote "die" on it.
Her backstage spot where because
Yeah.
Dazzler's like a performer and a mutant, multi-talented.
And then Kitty Pryde's like so excited, she's telling all her friends and stuff. And then Siren's like, "Ooh, I want in." She's like, "No, this is my gig." And then she's like, "This is so awesome. Isn't this so awesome?" And Kitty's like, "Totally." And she's super mad. And then one of their singers has strep throat. So Siren takes the lead backup singer.
Even though Kitty Pryde was supposed to.
Don't
Yes.
give away. It's her turn.
Why she get to
I know.
my turn?
I agree. We got to be fair about it.
And then she's super mad. And then apparently it wasn't the word die, it was the word pie,
Pie.
but someone had just spelled it wrong.
They misspelled die or pie as die.
no,
That's
it
fine.
was-
They didn't have enough room on the
Yeah.
wall.
My goodness. Thank you, Superpower Review. I like to think these girls are pretty cool too. Charlie
Do
thinks
you
it's just
review
pretty cool.
superpowers on your show?
Where does it say that?
Superpower review.
Superpower Review. Oh, sorry. Yeah, well, they review superhero comics and stuff. All right, Charlie. Last book of the day. You ready?
I was born ready.
You were born ready. Oh, my goodness.
This is
remember that
Disney
old wolf.
Princess.
Disney Princesses issue number 16, The Holiday Spotlight. Dun, dun, dun.
And my lucky number.
Could I read it after? Please?
Old Wolf
so
Spider-Man
good.
also dated Mockingbird. Yeah, that's true. I will hope to have a karate comic nerd someday. That's cool. Superpower review. That's cool. I'd listen to Banshee and Dazzler duo. That'd be fun.
Banshee and what duo?
Hawkeye was married to
Dazzler.
Mockingbird. Old
I have
Wolf
a
dropping
comic.
some
I have
knowledge.
a comic with that in it. Yeah.
All right, Charlie, what do you want to say about this Disney Princesses book?
So it's all about like these princesses who have problems and funny things at Christmas. Like there's one with I don't know this person's name. Have I ever watched this movie? I only watched it once. I don't know this person's name. Okay.
Who?
Tiana.
Tiana from the Princess and the Frog.
Yep. And she has her own beautiful restaurant, and she and her husband, Prince Naveen, are getting set for the big party night. And there's a crocodile who's dressed up as Santa, and he can play the trumpet.
From the movie.
And then she has a friend named Charlotte, or they call her Lottie. And her father's really rich, so she really wants everything to be perfect. So she bought these new jackets and pants for that, so that when the men come, if they don't like their jacket, they can buy a new one and switch it
Can
out.
I say something though about that, please?
My goodness.
Fine.
They're not new suits, but they're from her father. He outgrew them.
Yeah. And then there's another one called Gifts, where it's Rapunzel and Eugene, and they're talking to you. Says, "I got you a little extra something." Yeah, me too. You always were using mine. Yours were a little worse for wear. It's perfect, and they both have a pan.
Aha, from Tangled.
Yeah,
The frying pan joke comes back again.
but then the
Gotta know your
chameleon-
Disney princesses to get that joke.
Apparently,
I
when
do.
Rapunzel was wrapping the present, her chameleon got stuck in the wrapping because it's right there hiding in the box.
She wrapped him up too? Oh, goodness. Gotta keep a better eye on your lizards. So this is a good one. Is it all Christmassy stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is a holiday special.
it
Ooh, I
says-
see Merida.
Like right here, it says Great Minds. I'll trade you my canteen for that telescope holder. And it's Aladdin. And then it says, wait, I just traded my telescope for a canteen holder. And it's Jasmine says, I wanted to get you a gift. They say together. And it says, I guess great minds do think alike. And the salesman says, they do that every year.
Also,
I love it. Somebody says, I wonder what happens when Black Bolt sneezes. That's very... Yeah, because his voice is powerful. And if he lets out a loud achoo, he might blow the wall off of his house.
maybe he sees like.
And then I think Brett Hess is asking, what would your superpowers be? If you had to have superpower, what would it be? What about you? Charlie doesn't want to pick.
Super agility.
Ooh, you're not going to pick just one, are you? You're already got a list in your mind.
I do too. Flying, agility, invisibility.
Like a
Changing
weapon that
into
could
other
help me
people.
get around.
like Heimdall's sword to connect to the Rainbow Bridge, so you can kind of like fight bad guys with it, or teleport yourself to another place. Javi's in the chat. Yep, the Conquistadors. Oh, you're doing Comic-Con today? It's Tampa Comic-Con, right? So a lot of the Florida contingent rolling up there. Oh, Charlie's sleepy. My girls are ready for the rest of their breakfast, and we're going to wrap this
But
up.
Dad, I ate my breakfast.
I
So you need
did
more, is what
not,
you're saying?
though.
You need more? This is the sign language for more.
Yeah.
I was
This-
wondering why Perry wasn't streaming TampaCon. He's going to probably be lurking. He'll do his streaming lurks tonight.
Okay, this is sign language for good morning.
Good morning. Yep.
It's kind of confusing in so much,
It's
but it's
good
like,
morning.
good morning, good morning, good morning to
To you.
Good morning, good morning, and how
No, it's and how
How
do
do
you do?
yeah, whatever. I like that.
Look, you got a little song and sign language learning this morning. Yes, more bacon always. I'm going to be on live streaming Sunday and Monday. So if you want to catch some shows, Sunday at 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 Eastern, we are going to be doing the first official movie review show on my channel. It'll be me and Perry and Fire Guy Ryan. We've picked our movies. They are Netflix streamable movies, so you can hear the reviews and decide if you would like to stream those movies or skip those movies. Could be a lot of fun. And then my next Lost breakdown is on Monday at 1 o'clock, because I've got Hydra Collectibles, my homie in the United Kingdom, who is going to join me live to chat about all things Season 5 of Lost. So you can catch me twice in the next 3 days, but I'm off the rest of today. I'll probably be in and out of chats and things like that.
Okay, also,
Is KK here?
Charlie and I wanted to talk about or recommend 2 different Netflix series that are not miraculous.
Oh, thank goodness.
So, can you name one of the ones you watched last night?
Spirit, which
The
I thought was really good.
Spirit is the
Can you
TV
give,
show
like-
based on the horses. There's a film, Disney film, All Day Long, Kitty Pryde, Mutant Power. That's a good one, Lady
And
Fantastic.
then I'm recommending a series called Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's like
Gray
How
Man.
to Train Your-
Hydra.
to
There's
the Edge.
there's 2 Hydra channels though, Gray Man. So you got to be careful. There's Hydra Comics and Hydra Collectibles. They're very different. Hydra Collectibles is the gentleman joining me. He's mainly on Instagram. He doesn't do much on YouTube. He's in chats, but he's not often. He doesn't create videos. Hydra Comics is U.S. based, as far as I know, and he makes videos, but I don't know if he's on Instagram, so they're different. Carmen Sandiego is a computer game. Yeah, I agree, Caleb. It was a TV show and a cartoon when
Yep.
and a
And now it's
computer game when I was little.
and if you go on Google Earth, if you type in Carmen Sandiego game Google Earth, you actually have to find Carmen Sandiego using. It's really really cool, and I've done it like 3 times. At school.
And she said she would show it to me, but she hasn't.
Oh, what a sad baby voice.
Okay,
It's a hard life.
it's a hard knock life.
Yeah, no, Hydra Collectibles is the gentleman joining me, and the artifacts and items that he has created from Lost are mind-blowing, and I can't wait to let him share some of those things, because he designs and makes things kind of like special effects style, and has an incredible collection of things he's going to share, besides just talking about Season 5 with me. So it should be a whole lot of fun. All right, thanks for coming by, everybody. I'm going to shut this down. I appreciate your time, and have a great weekend.
Bye, Jack and Penny and everybody, and Uncle BJ and everybody.